do not. And they've absolutely got some great players on their team. So I think they are able to stand up to the side of Prism Esports. And as I say that, we're about to get into agent select here, and we are on bind once again.
This is going to be a really interesting roster, I think, from both sides. Prism Esports and Zero Marksman both have their regular teams, but it seems like there's a bunch of pickups today that they are working with as well. For instance, I'm going to struggle here. Is it Pet? How do you say his name? Pesser Evans? I can't.
Where we
My
Perseverance.
Perseverance. You know, I trained my brain to say it and I suddenly fumbled. The
Perseverance, yeah.
breach. The breach.
Yep.
Perseverance, yes. No, but he's gonna be one of the pickups too, and so will NST, or I suppose Nasty. Everyone else, oh, and Enjoy as well. They all come from the roster formerly known as Unlucky, and I believe they did disband recently, and they are kind of melding into the Zero Marksman roster. That's going to leave Carouse, and I believe that's going to leave Harmony as well, a very dedicated Jet and a very dedicated Cypher to play along with the rest of the team in a kind of new modified roster.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just see how they adapt with the Zero Marksman. Obviously, a very strong team. We've seen them in many tournaments here and many tournaments across the, tier 2 scene and just the Valorant scene in general. Excited to see how they play this week as they keep bringing it back consistently, trying to pull up some performances in the VCS. This might just be their week, but they've got to win here because they're already down in the group stages like we mentioned. So, as we get into this, we're going to have to see how these teams play, and we just got to see some action-packed bind action. Pug Gods really, making a showing. So, if we can see one of these teams do the same, they might just have a very good reason to go later into this tournament.
A very interesting start coming out here from Zero Marksman's side. They're slowly crawling their way up B long.
Oh.
Only showing themselves out a little bit, though. It's going to be Asud, or I'm sorry, Medusa. That's spelled backwards. Going to be poking up a little bit there as well, but holding the back line as much as they can. They're also watching out to see if anyone's going to poke forwards inside of Hookah. That's going to be Harmony in a 1v2. Looking to see if they can poke forwards and try to distract these defenders as they look forwards, but he's taking so much damage, he has no choice but to back off.
Yeah, that camera gets quickly taken out. He tried to sneak it in there, just drop it when no one was looking. Didn't work out, and now these shock darts are coming out, laying down some damage. Stealthy Mike putting down some smokes in a good position. While only one member has fallen from either team, from just Zero Marksman. So they sort of got stopped in their tracks. I don't really know how they make this push. They might have to take the teleporters, or they might be up. Yep, that's the teleport play, but they have members waiting for them on the side of Prism. They actually only pick up one, and Zero Marksman somehow get out of that. It's a 4v3, so they still are in not the worst position ever.
Ooh, maybe they ain't quite get out of it just yet. Potato's able to find one. Perseverance is going to fall, but another one still standing up. It's Nasty finding the trade back onto the Omen. Only 2 left alive now for Zero Marksman's side. The timer's ticking down. Medusa's able to find Harmony, sure, but even then, Nasty can't get onto the site. The last 2 are going to fall, and it's Prism Esports able to get the first round defensive sided yet again. It feels like for Bind so far, we've seen nothing but defensive wins really today.
No, definitely defensive wins on this map, and Zero Marksmen were lucky to even have it that close around. They got in such a terrible position, caught in between a rock and a hard place, and then the hard place was through the teleporter and through 2 members. They actually somehow managed to pick up a couple kills and sort of get their way onto site. Didn't matter. The rest of Prism Esports were ready to take it out. So now we see some interesting buys coming out from the side of Prism Esports and a full save from Zero Marksman.
And the economics we've seen so far in the group stage has been really interesting too. Of course, Pug Gods last game were able to go for some really interesting bunky plays, but this is a full-on shower attack, and they're getting mowed down. Stealthy, Busy, Potato, all able to find so many kills. It's a flawless round from Prism.
Oh my gosh, what just happened? They were so ready for that. It's like they told Prism Esports what was going on. Obviously, it was total pistols, but the side of Prism Esports to completely predict how that second round was going to go, that save round, aggressive pistol save round was going to go, completely wiping them apart. And now it's a 2-0, obviously, with the save. The full rifles now coming out from Zero Marksman. They should be able to stand up much stronger than they did a second ago. But that was quite a great prediction from Prism Esports.
Yeah, even then, had it gone literally any other way, that could have been a really good round for Zero Marksman, but it was just the luck of the draw, I guess, to have the entire shower rush get stomped out.
So now we see Zero Marksman with the full rifles. Are they going to do some work? Stealthy Mike thinks otherwise as he picks up one. And now it's just a 4-on-4, but they have positioning advantage.
They found my wire.
Potato picking up one on Harmony. And Potato picking up two using the Bucky. I think Bucky is just so strong in this map, as we've already seen twice today. Potato picking up a third, picking up the Phantom for himself. And that is, wow, that is a confident round win from a couple members of side of Prism Esports.
Just about all these round wins, minus the first pistol round, have been pretty confident from their side.
Right.
I mean, there hasn't really been a point where they've been on the back heel at all. Perseverance has been leading the charge with having 3 kills, but look at the rest of the scoreline. Carouse, notable for the jet play, just going for the supportive Brim pick.
Yeah, that is definitely tough to see. And, you know, the very beginning of that last round was like, okay, Marksmen, they got the rifles, they can stand up against this. But Prism Esports absolutely tore them apart. Even Potato on the Bucky did so much work, picking up a couple kills. And now Stealthy Mike getting an early kill. That's huge for Prism Esports as they make another defense. Such a strong defense we've seen all day on Bind.
Keep in mind, too, that losing the Raze on Zero Marksman's side, that's the only duelist they have.
Yeah, wow. That's a good point. They're really investing a lot into this Raze, and to die early in this round, and we'll have to keep our eye on subsequent rounds after. I don't know how Zero Marksman make these pushes. The blind coming out, that's a good way to start it off, but they've got him in his advantage.
Oh, but Carouse is able to find a pick on the Fizzy, getting a little bit of revenge there, but Medusa holding on tight, and Lamps is able to find a double kill out of it. Though he's going to encroach his way forwards, trying to emulate his way onwards, but no, Nasty's going to find another Sheriff kill onto the Sova. With that being said and done, it's still going to be a man advantage in the favor of Prism Esports. The Jet with so little health, only 5 in their possession. Going to be pushing on up, though, on the other side. Lamps again. Polo's able to find 2, and Zero Marksman melt away. They did get the bomb down, the spike, that is, but a defuse underway, a 4-0. This is the biggest streak we've seen today in the group stage.
Yeah, especially early on. Such a statement on defense. You know, Prism Esports looking really, really good here. You know, now they have the rifles, the operators going into Stealthy Mike's hands. I'm sure that's going to be a player that is lethal, locking down multiple angles with that operator, making it very hard for someone on the side of Zero Marksman to push up. So we're going to have to keep our eye on that. And again, they invested so much into Enjoy with the Raze, and it's 0-4-0 on this duelist. They've got to have someone step up for the side of Zero Marksman.
Wondering right now, the Showstopper not going to connect to anything. It's going to leave him in such a vulnerable spot. And Joy's able to find Fizzy. Again, one of the only 2 duelists this time on the defense is going to go down. It doesn't matter when you have Medusa, able to get a double kill of his own. Hiding in the back, though, Stealthy Mike with the op in hand. The Carouse right now wishes they were still their jet pick that they're always known for, because right now, having a whole support staff trying to bring it home is in such a dire need. But Enjoy still hiding around, looking to see what they can find inside Lamps. But it's going to be a full rotate back to the other side. The spike going to be by itself, but they go for a full rotate back. Polo, though, he's not going to be tricked. He's going to stay on A and look around to see what happens next, especially with the Omen giving intel. There's no word of the attackers on B. Spike plant's going to go down. A potential snipe from the Vandal on Heaven could be in play, but no one's able to be found.
Like you said, Stealthy Mike and Polo not falling for the trick. Potato also making the rotation back. The retake is very strong for them. They just need to find the members. With Stealthy Mike on the operator, that is huge. Harmony actually picking up Potato. That is a very important pick. Zero Marksman want to get on the board here. Stealthy Mike with the operator in these close quarters. Probably not going to win that. Actually, he does. He picks up Enjoy. That is crazy that he got that no scope, real quick shot onto it. Is he going to get another one? That is the question here. As, oh my gosh, no, that is not what happened. Zero Marksman somehow picking up their first round.
That was a very close round, all things considered. An even 3v3. The attempted rotate coming around, especially from Potato's side. Polo staying on A site to see, hey, maybe they didn't rotate. And he was right. They didn't rotate. They stayed on completely, besides Perseverance, who rotated with the spike, but he came back on the site. So now that Zero Marksman does have 1 point on the board, their economics are still not great, but at least they have a full buy at their disposal. Stealthy Mike's still with the op, though. You gotta be on a very careful watch out for him. He's able to get a very close-up shot, and I'm wondering if they can have the same luck on B.
Yeah, Stealthy Mike with the operator again. Gotta get the shot. He actually misses it, so now they know his position. If he misses, if he dies here again, at this point, the operator might just be wasting credits and Zero Marksmen have a really good start as they already picked Medusa off. So this is exactly what you want to see if you're a Zero Marksman fan. They are playing back into this game.
Medusa's been able to be such a huge paramount figure for the defense so far, but Polo able to find a joy. That's going to be a strong opening pick on the side of Prism as well. Zero Marksmen are pushing onto the site, and they're doing it at full force. Nasty's able to get the revenge shot, but it's a trades back and forth non-stop. True, there was a double kill, and suddenly everyone's melting away on the bomb site, but Perseverance is, well, going to persevere until he falls. It's going to be Fizzy with the final kill, getting the spike away from all the attackers, and that's going to be him, the only one alive at the very end, giving themselves another point in the favor of Prism. This is another 4-point scoreline that we see, and the last time we saw a huge runaway win was in the favor of Pug Gods against... Oh, geez, why am I blanking on them? Pug Gods against, I believe it was, oh yeah, Wichita Wolves.
Yeah, that is exactly true, and that was Zero's Marksman round to get back into this. They were an equal footing, but now they're back on the save round. And Fizzy played that so excellent, played it so slow. He actually had the opportunity to take out a member, but that would have given away his information. He knew his teammate could also take out the member, blanking on exactly who it was, but it doesn't matter. They played it so well together. That is some great team play by Prism Esports. And now this very good spread defense. Potato, so aggressive in the smoke. I think Nasty knows, but he's too scared. He's just going to die right away. The Bucky picking up 1 kill. And Potato will sort of dip right on out.
You know, you always got to wonder in those situations, like, what you would do as a player. I think I would have been aggressive and just die from the Sova. Harmony, though, playing as stealthy as before, almost playing the same exact game that same Omen was. Looking around to see if they can find anything onto the site, but no! Every single Prism Esports member hiding away, and suddenly his own brethren falls right in front of him as he goes into the teleporter. Karus falls. And again, another man disadvantage, especially now with Stealthy and Potato clearing things up. Wow, a double kill like it's nothing from Stealthy Mike, leading to a flawless round, a 5-point lead in their favor, and they've been pretty much able to do it without any ults on their side. There's only a Hunter's Fury now.
Yeah, Zero Marksmen needed to win this game to stay alive, keep their chances to make the playoffs. And they are just not really stepping up here, as now Prism Esports 6-1. They are looking to dominate this game and lock their spot in. So now we are really getting into it. Zero Marksmen's got to feel the pressure. They've got the rifles, but if they lose this, they're back to another save round. That is not what you want to see, and that is also not what you want to see. Stealthy starting off with another operator kill. Polo picking up one of his own on the rival Cypher. So this is already a 5v3 for Prism Esports. And Perseverance not really able to stand up to that task either.
They're almost pushing in just one by one. There's no trade value coming out from Zero Marksman at all. If someone gets taken down on the attacking side, no one's there to clean it up. No one's there to even challenge anyone like Stealthy Mike, who got a clean shot on the Karus. Now it's just Nasty, and it's down to the Rays, last left alive, and they have made zero progress onto either site whatsoever. The only benefit they have right now is having the spike, and even then, the only one with the spike is the last one alive. And Joy is going to fall. The only duelist on their team is going to be the second last one to go.
Oh,
Nasty now needs to push up. He was almost detected by the recon dart. He's flashed out. He might be able to find at least one. Yes! But it gets traded out immediately, and well, Nasty falls. 7-1 now. And now, a common thing that we've been seeing on Bind especially is if there is someone so dominating like Stealthy Mike on the op, as an attacking team, you want to avoid just challenging them entirely. If you have any sort of intel about where they like to play, say it's on B long, just like what Stealthy Mike has done for the last 2 rounds, go to the other site. The problem, though, Barrio, is that that's every single member of Prism's side.
Yeah, absolutely. And Stealthy Mike knows exactly how the enemy wants to play it. They want to stay away from the operator. So he's going to switch his positioning. Now he's in showers. They played it smart. They kept it onto B. And now they're going to make this push. They've got to bring it back. They only have very small rifles, so they're not really going to stand too much of a chance against the side of Prism here this round. But this is exactly what I want to see.
The spike's not even in their possession, and all being used. The Hunter's Fury, Medusa
Oh,
finds
no.
Nasty, the other Sova falls, and that's going to be a lot of intel off the board. Now you have to rely on your Cypher, an aggressive attacking Cypher no less, where his gadgetry is not the best in this instance. But even then, from behind, you're definitely going to need intel now, as Fizzy comes up from behind and finds Perseverance. That's the top fragger too, and they all fall one by one. Medusa on a triple kill no less. Mario, the duelist, the only one they have on their team, last alive, is able to find at least one. It's not going to be flawless, but he gets a barrage of bullets into his body. That's
Yeah.
just round after round of the same action.
The only consolation prize for Zero Marksmen this game is to stop 3 flawless wins in a row from the side of Prism, because they are just looking dominant round after round. Yes, this is now another save round that came out last, and now they've got the rifles in hand. Perseverance, I'm sure, is about to pick up one of his own. So they have the chance to bring it back, but now they're down 7 rounds. And their hope is they make it an 8-4 half. That is their absolute dream right now.
They have to do it flawlessly.
They really do, because the economy is looking so good for Prism Esports.
One thing to keep in mind too is that Zero Marksman roster right now, I'm not sure if this is their permanent roster, but this is a melding together of 2 members of Zero Marksman formerly from at least a month ago and 3 members of Unlucky Squad. But with this being said and done, they have to press up, and Medusa, like it's nothing, is able to melt away too, and Joy gets a double trade at the very least, finding all the control of Elbow. But even then, Perseverance finds Fizzy. This is the first time in a while we've seen Prism with a man disadvantage, and with 2 ults on the board for Zero Marksman, things are looking pretty good for this plant. Now, with all that being said and done though, Potato needs to push up through the smoke, and while there may be some audio cues of the jump being raised, that's not enough to go for a blind pre-fire. Now, if you're Stealthy Mike with 30 health and being blinded out yourself, even so up close as a shot on this Brimstone can be super risky.
Yep, Potato is stepping up here. Oh, I think he's about to get spotted by this breach. He actually does win up against Perseverance. Doesn't matter, Karus does then pick up Potato himself, so that is the 2nd round going over Zero Marksman. They finally stood up tall against Prism, but they are still absolutely in a hole. They are dreaming for that 4-8 half.
I'm really curious as to why they have 1 duelist.
Yeah, I would say the exact same thing. I don't really know, unless you have to put so much trust into Enjoy to do so many things that multiple duelists provide. You know, you have the Jet and the Raze on the other side to be so aggressive and make so many plays. It's sort of hard when you just have Enjoy doing the thing that many members should be doing. That spike or that bolt's gonna already reveal that Karus is coming and that the members of Zero Marksman are trying to do their A push, or excuse me, B push again. And now
Zero Marksman 2. Look at all the ults, Barrio. Look how many they have. They have 4 on the attacking side.
Yeah, and they got to take use of this. I would like to see the Showstopper come out early to make some space, but he's about to get spotted by Stealthy Mike, who doesn't get the kill. It was pixels off. That would have been such a great way for Prism to start it off. And now the
This is scary right now. Oh, Prism, I'm sorry, the Jet barely skating away. It's going to be control of the site once again. They may have found their motion too late into the round, and Joy finds Polo and Medusa falls. These have been 2 huge instrumental figures of B-side now gone, but Fizzy with a showstopper. Mario, you got your wish. That's going to be 2 members gone already, and a lot of the ult potential got lost as well. Harmony, yes, is able to find a trade, but even then, Zero Marksman have not only the person advantage, but they also have all of A-site to their own, minus Fizzy. Fizzy going around looking to see if they can find the setting. Duck is able to find not 1, but almost 2. That's only going to be just a triple kill, as the last defender needs to find not only to deny the plant, but also find another body to take them down as well. He's going to be going down into lamps, looking possibly to see where things are going, but the Cypher, the bald Cypher without a hat's going to be taken down, and there's still 1 body left, but he goes above, able to find some shots from the Classic, but not enough to confirm the kill, even close. He has to find this 1v1 duel, but instead the reverse Classic shot takes them down. Karma can be annoying at times, but hey, Barrio, you're 1 round off from getting your wish. This could be a flawless last 4 rounds in the favor of Zero.
Yeah, I mean, I'll start off in that round where Fizzy got the double Showstopper in blind Showstopper kill. That was crazy that I picked up, and I felt so bad for Zero Marksman. I thought their dreams were crushed, at least my dreams, that is. But they did somehow win the round. Perseverance standing tall. Now that Zero Marksman have 3 to 8, they have the rifles in hand. Only 1 player with a rifle disadvantage. They've got to stand strong one more time, but they are sticking with their B push. They have learned how to do this at this point.
Oh, look at the little dance both of these members have to do against the Hunter's Fury. Stealthy Mike takes some damage, and I believe the Sova does as well. That's both two, again, very instrumental figures of this team. The Hellfire taking care of it.
Nice.
So many different members melting away, and B-sites under the control of the attackers again. They found their motions, but it's too late into the round. A headshot goes against Busy right in front of their eyes, and
now it's just Potato by himself. He's got him trapped by 2 tripwires. Perseverance knowing exactly where he is. Picks that up. 8-4. The half was completed. I couldn't imagine from when it was 8-1, they somehow bring it back. And now I feel like Zero Marksmen have a chance. They just have to step up. The rounds have switched. I mean, the halves have switched, excuse me. And they have a chance to bring this game back.
that's right. Now, if you're in Prism's side, you're still very comfortable with a 4-point lead, but even then, you saw how much the aggression worked against their own team, and a lot of the time when that happens, we like to see a lot of aggression come on backwards. What I do like to see, especially from Zero Marksman's side, is we see a double frenzy play. And I believe both of those frenzies are going to be inside B site, and having a lot more up-close play could be really interesting to see.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that plays off, because you're right, the 3 members of... I always love when you see the portals being used with utility. But now as we get in, as the dart already reveals Nasty, Hookah is being pushed through by Prism. I'm sorry, excuse me, Zero Marksmen. They are doing so much. So many people are falling all of a sudden. We see sort of as the round slows down, Marksmen have the player disadvantage now. Perseverance has to step up with the pistol. With just the classic, he's not able to do it. It's now 2v1 with Enjoy by himself. The duelist has to be able to step up. He's got the frenzy. If he can get close range, he might be able to do it. And that is just not the case. Stealthy Mike grabs that last kill. And that was 9-4. And they pull it back, extend their lead.
Not bad at all for either team. Zero Marksmen were able to take so many bodies off the board in that last round as well. And even then, the economy is going to be really interesting to see, especially from their own side. Look at all the stingers coming out from before. If you remember from the last game we casted, it was Wichita Wolves versus Pug Gods. It was Wichita, I believe, that brought out nothing but stingers. They didn't force up at all like we do see from Prism, and even though we do see some Bucky action as well, I really see if those Spectres are going to be a huge make or break difference.
Yeah, you're going to have to really hope that they change the tide of these fights. Sometimes stingers can be favored by players, but these players with the stingers are going to be stepping up. Medusa is about to run into 2 members. He actually doesn't get either kill, so that information is given over as this flank is being built. Zero Marksmen trying to collapse, make the retake happen. I actually really love their positioning here.
I do like their positioning as well. They're able to force up into the site and take control of lamps as well. They're making the defenders play against their own game. The defenders now have to be the attackers. Pink Grenade able to find Medusa. Perseverance with another utility, finding Fizzy as well. Carouse not even able to push up whatsoever. It's going to be a complete melting yet again against Prism. Stealthy Mike, the last one alive. Again, another 1v1. We've seen these two 1v1 against each other before. It was just a classic that took down the Jet. This time around, it's not quite a classic, but instead the Stinger. Triple kill to finish things off, and it's in the favor of Prism again, now entering double digits.
Oh, wow. Perseverance could not do it. The top fraggers matched off, and it was Stealthy Mike who came up strong. And the top fraggers have a massive difference. Maybe not in kills, but in deaths. Stealthy Mike has only 5 deaths, living with 2 HP in that round. Oh, man. What a performance by this player here.
And now, you might have to remind me a little bit, Mario. I think this is the biggest scoreline difference we've seen this entire group stage on stream.
Yeah, I believe that is true until we saw...
Was it bigger than 6, though?
Honestly, I am blanking on that last game. All these games have been so action-packed, it's hard to keep track of everything. It certainly wasn't as close. It certainly wasn't as close as the first game. And we'll have to see if Zero Marksmen can bring that scoreline back, because a 6th lead is huge.
Oh, but the Jet Knives are coming down. Nasty and Cruz are able to hold down the site a little bit more, but the Knives finally strike back. Find Perseverance, but Harmony with a double kill is able to help things out just a little bit more. Prism are kind of lost, have the spike, but their recon bolts completely. He could go through the teleporter. No one's on the other side. In fact, everyone on Zero is on A, and he's going to go for it. Audio cues, of course, not to mention the recon bolt, are going to give Tell exactly where he's at, and he has to make a move now. He does have 50 seconds. He does have time for some wild plays, and it looks like him teleporting to heaven might be indicative of that.
Yeah, he
Hiding around
gets.
in a spot they won't be checking. Barrio, this could be huge. Never mind.
Yeah, never mind. I thought he was going to be able to pick up a kill. I actually thought he was going to be able to grab an orb somehow because he had only one more point in his ult. He could have made some trickery happen, you know, teleported everywhere. He already used the teleporter once, used his own teleport into his kit to get to the other site, get the spike, and maybe, you know, pull off some 3v1 action. We've definitely seen some potatoes step up before. But now with all that being said, Zero Marksman pull another round. So that's, you know, one step closer to closing that gap. Now it's only 5 for Prism Esports.
It's been interesting too to see how much utility has taken players down as well. This is a lot more than we see in most games.
Yeah, it's definitely been a high utility, and that's just something I feel like that also comes along with Bind in so many corners and so many interesting ways to use your utility. But as so many people fall, Stealthy Mike and Polo already picking up 2 members, and now it's actually just a 3v3 as the score line's equal. Perseverance really stepping up. Now it's just one-on-one. The Cyphers playing against each other. Are they going to be able to use their kits, their information, to know where the other player is? The Stinger in hand for Harmony. Oh, and like I said, the utility being stepped up. The trap, he's using it just for the audio cues. Trying to figure out where Polo is, but he actually does get the kill. The Stinger was not a match for the Vandal, and now 11-5, and they are closing in on that match point.
Only potentially 2 more rounds in this entire set right now, Barrio, and things are looking really good in Prism's favor. Even if they're not able to find necessarily all the rounds they need at times, Zero Marksmen at least have been able to show up a little bit more than they did already in the second half. And by that I mean 1 round, but look how much the stretch of streaks were on Prism before they were broken by Zero, and then separated by it after.
Yeah, absolutely. And even that 1 round, from my recollection, they won early was not that close. Or it was very close, I mean. But Enjoy with the showstopper. Actually, Whips does not even pick up anyone. Polo grabbing that. That is so big. Zero Marksman. Duelist already gone. The aggression was there, and that's something I love to see, but it didn't pay off. So now, with Prism Esports, with the player advantage, they're now looking to regroup and set up for that A push. I don't know what Zero Marksman answer can be to this. I'm sorry, Prism Esports answer can be to this.
This is an interesting position right now. We did see a little bit of scouting going on B side there, but Potato just kind of whiffs inside and gets down nasty. But even then, so many trades. Actually, never mind. It's all the entire kill feed's in Prism's favor right now. Zero have the force for the rotate right now. They have 0 positioning onto the site. They do have a stim beacon going down in case what happened again on that same heaven play with the Omen could occur again. And Potato, well, making good do of it, is able to find it yet again. Medusa does help a little bit more. But that's going to be now match point in the favor of Prism. They've been able to mix things up quite a bit too, and what I like is that they blossom themselves out at the beginning of each round and finally convene and find a way to hard push a site. This is going to put Zero Marksman on the defense in very awkward positions most of the time, where they're forced to rotate and have a huge spread out man disadvantage on each site.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And now that they're at game point, Zero Marksmen don't really have too many options here. You see their buys. That is not bringing me confidence, Takelonic. We really need to see them do something of a miracle here to bring this game back. The Bulldog in Harmony's hand is actually their strongest rifle. So,
Oh no.
I know the Molly drops. Medusa already picking up Harmony with the 100 Fury, and Fizzy grabbing one for himself. So now it's at 5v3. Oh, Enjoy. Actually, I thought that was his. I did not realize that was his teammate. He had his crosshairs on.
Oh, but Crosshairs, that is not your teammate there. That is a full-blown enemy against Stealthy Mike. Nasty's gonna fall. 2 left alive, potentially to keep Zero Marksman in the game right now, and they have to do their best to do that. Polo hiding around right on the edges of the site again. This has been 3 rounds in a row now where we've seen the same exact battle. But even then, the change doesn't really happen too much differently. Perseverance finds 2, but at the very end, the Duelist Raze is able to find it, and well, that's all she wrote. A Cinderella story-ish, kind of going to the conclusion I think we kind of expected from the first few rounds in. Prism Esports being able to take themselves, putting together, having 2 duelists on the line, and being able to just aggressively rush wherever they can.
Yep, and that is absolutely true as they make a absolute stomp of a showing against Zero Marksmen. And like we said, Zero Marksmen needed to win that to really have a chance. I don't know the exact outcome of their groups, but I believe they are officially out with that loss. And that means that they are going to have to come back next week and regroup, bring that roster, and try to challenge again. But with that being said, we're going to see Prism Esports, and they look strong, and they're going to be a threat in this tournament.
That's right. I think this is definitely not the least or the last time we have seen Prism in this tournament. They're going to be moving on forwards, but even then, I think we'll be seeing a lot more Prism tonight through a variety of different casters as well.
Yes, that's absolutely true. And we'll probably hear the word stealthy Mike come out because that player was insane with the operator, with just about any gun that was in his hands, picking up so many crazy kills, playing so great on that jet. And oh my gosh, really, really enjoy watching a player like him really step up for his team. Also, you have to highlight the fact that he only had 8 deaths the entire time.
That's pretty good, all things considered. I mean, he's the only one. Well, no, actually, there's Polo too. They're the only ones without double-digit deaths on their arsenal.
Yep, and that is the case there with a 311 combat score. Just really, really great stuff from him. And now we have to talk about the endurance of these teams. We're about to move on to the round of 32. This will be it for us, me and Keglonic here, but the other casts are going to have to see these teams step up because this is a long tournament. I always like to harp on this as we go through. This is a long tournament. There's a lot of games here. It's not just a short, best of 3. It's a best of like 8. You got to
The
keep
best of all
winning.
day.
Yeah, it's a best of you have to keep winning and you have to keep performing. So now that we are going to have a quick break here. No, I'm sorry, not a quick break. We're going to go into a little bit of a longer break. And we're going to be back with the round of 32.